Okay.
You're the one that usually welcomes us, so go ahead, welcome us to the podcast.
Excuse me. Welcome back to the UMF
Nah,
Podcast. We
don't,
haven't.
don't even. I'm
I'm
keeping that
Katan
whole thing you did. I'm keeping that whole thing you did.
I'm Katan Porn. Joined by me by my co-host, Filipino acti no, Felipe Alexandra Orihuela, the greatest Cuban in all of America.
Thank you. This is the first time I'm doing the podcast from Santa Cruz, where Katan and I met.
Yeah, this is the fateful state, not state, city, town. I don't know how U.S. Destination works. Like the destination we met and then became friends, and this is why the podcast exists. So, what is this episode about, Philip?
All
What is
right.
this about?
So,
What's going on in
wh-
this episode?
while I'm up here in Santa Cruz, Kendra wants to be part of the podcast, so I was thinking that I don't know, interview her about the film we made. It was a documentary film called The Fine Line, and while it isn't a
Yeah.
narrative film, it is the longest film we have on the You Make Films YouTube channel, clocking in at like what was it, like 75 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, it's like over an hour. It's crazy. I haven't even watched all of it. I watched the segments that were the most funny. I
Yeah.
apologize for that. I apologize to you and Kendra. I haven't watched the whole thing, but I was watching mainly like the funniest bits,
Oh man, I
which is the Mara's bits.
I edited that thing, so I have seen every segment, including the ones I cut out, at least 3 times.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, we got director of the year of the century right
Oh,
here.
thank you, thank you,
Oh
thank you.
God, it's uh
Oh yeah, if
but
it,
yeah, so this segment, is it gonna be like a prelude to when Kendra show up, right? This is gonna be a
yeah,
prelude, right?
yeah.
The segment.
Katan is in Thailand, so he is I think 14 hours ahead of me, and
Yes.
I'm gonna interview Kendra in the morning, but that's gonna be like midnight for Katan or later. So
Hmm.
if you're seeing this, it is because we did it at a time that Katan could not be awake because he conked out
Sorry,
like a. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. So
I did, bro, I did.
uh, yeah.
Because like I ruined my sleep schedule lately, so I'm trying to fix it. So, hopefully I'll try to sleep early and whatnot. So sorry guys, couldn't join you in this episode like fully
Wouldn't it be
join.
funny if if this prelude is just a therapy session?
Therapy session
Yeah, like you were talking
for
about
us.
your
For
you were talking about your
us.
sleep schedule and how that's ruined you and anyway, but yeah, I wanted Gatan to be included in one way or another. So here you could see him in person. Previously, I was just going to have him text me questions to ask Kendra, but I think
Yeah.
right now we could discuss what questions you think should I should ask her.
Yes, yes, because right now I'm sacrificing Philip's sleep for my sleep.
He is right though. It's midnight where I am right now. It is
Yeah.
officially
So, yeah,
June
but
16th, so it's actually Kendra's birthday now.
yeah, happy birthday, Kendra. Are you like 20, 28, 29, 65, 76? I'm kidding.
It's one of those.
So yeah, what question? So I need to think of questions to ask Kendra, right?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, because me and Kendra were the ones that were heavily involved in making that documentary. So
Yeah.
you, as the quote unquote outsider, even though you were interviewed, I'd like to know what questions you have about the making of it.
First question. How First question for you guys and Kendra. How do you guys pick like the interviewees, who did you pick? Like what are the how did that list go? Like who did you decide were like fitting uh for this documentary? Like how do you guys pick the experts? That's my first question. First
Mm,
question. First question. Second question. Second question. What camera do you guys use? I'm just kidding. Okay, scratch that one. I'm kidding. Just ask that one for fun. I think another question is looking back to the fine line in retrospect. Are you guys' opinions have you guys' opinions changed over time on like what it means to make a documentary film that's fair, that's try to represent the truth at the same time, does not try to sway the people into you guys' own like biased perspective, is is documentary filmmaking inherently biased because you're no matter how much you try to portray the truth, there's always going to be inherent biases and people's differing perspective think based on their own worldview, their framework, their experiences. How do you guys how do you guys reconcile with that? Like, yeah, that's the loaded question. I guess you guys should also talk about like you guys roles. Like who's the I already know you're the editor, Philip, but who's the main director? Who's the script writer? Who's the main what's the role between you guys? Like how do you guys split the tasks? How do you guys delegate the tasks, the responsibilities? That's the third question. Wait,
that
that's the
was your
fourth
fourth
question,
question.
I think.
Yeah.
Yes. My fifth question, five is the magic number. No, wait. No, no. Five. My fifth question is like, what is your favorite interviewee from that film? Like, you feel free to let me know in the comments below. Feel free to tell me in the DMs as well. Who the I'm pretty sure like the best interviewee is somewhere around like halfway through or something. Like he was wearing like a red jacket, I think. Yeah.
Were you?
I'm pretty sure that's you guys' favorite. Like
That
the
was my
guy
least.
who
That was, I can tell you right now, that was my least favorite. You gave me like an hour and a half's worth. Like, okay, like no joke, I did love everything you said, but I hated you so much because I was the editor.
So what? Your favorite is Damaris because it's the
The quick
easiest to
answers. Oh
edit.
yeah, I didn't have to edit any of her stuff out. Just like quick answers. Boom, there we go. Like everything you see of the Mahdi's is
Just
everything she gave.
just drag out and put it there. Just drag the video
You
into the
you you are the
timeline.
reason the director's cut would have been 4.5 hours.
Hey man, I'm passionate about this craft.
It
Yeah.
would have exceeded the Return of the King extended cut. It would have exceeded the Snyder cut.
Wow.
Just not as well made.
I think that's are those all. I think that's all the questions so far. I can't think of any more.
Yeah. Who
Actually, no. Sixth
is the
question. Sixth question. Bonus question. Like, who is who is your favorite? Who's your favorite superhero? That's my favorite. I'm gonna ask that to Kendra.
All right.
Bonus question. Who's your favorite superhero?
All right. So, anyway, it was nice talking to you, Katan. All right,
No
bye.
problem, Philip.
I'm gonna go
No
interview. I'm gonna
problem.
go interview Kendra in like
Yeah,
10, 11
interview
hours.
Kendra now, and then talk about why I'm the best interviewee.
All right, bye. You said you feel like who in those glasses?
Elton John.
All right, go ahead and introduce yourself.
So my name's Kendra. Me and Philip worked on that documentary a couple years ago. I do
The fine line.
Yeah, it's the fine line.
It is still the longest video on the channel, you know?
Yeah, nobody's gonna top that.
I don't know. Movie 2 could be longer. I plan to make that one longer than the first one.
Like an hour and a half?
That's pushing it, but maybe.
Well, I mean, it's gotta be an hour and a half.
Maybe.
Every good sequel is slightly longer than the first.
Yeah. I was also telling Kendra that this kind of feels like I'm a secret agent and you're my informant the way that I'm recording this. Because she's sitting at a table that is facing a bed that I'm sitting on while asking her questions.
Yeah, secretly, I'm tied to this chair.
Yeah. Oh, also, it is your birthday.
Yeah, it is my birthday.
Yeah. How old are you today?
24.
Dang.
I'm in my partial clown attire. So
Yeah, with a day over 60.
yeah, my birthday tonight's clown themed, so I'm partially ready, not fully ready.
Alright. Well, before anything else, I don't know, just give a general breakdown of your experience making that film. Like, you had fun, what did you do, how was it like when we finished, why did we make it?
Oh yeah, so I had a lot of fun filming it. I was the one who was filming it, except for Philip. He had these little, he would take the iPad and he would like do a little selfie video vlog moment, so to speak. So those are the only things that I didn't film, but I filmed like a good 95%. And it was filmed on my iPad. It was a iPad 11-inch Pro, not to brag, but that's what it was filmed on.
I think you also filmed Movie 2 on that one.
I did film about half of
First movie.
Yeah, I did film about half of Movie on the same iPad after the documentary was filmed.
Yeah, what happened there is we filmed the first half of Movie in like mid 2023, which was my junior year, but Katan was going to leave and he was playing a character who, it was kind of like Mystique, could change his appearance, and I planned that ahead of time because I knew that he was going to leave. And when I came back the following year, I knew I was going to have to cast him and the character of Chloe.
Yeah.
So I ended up casting Marina.
Mhm.
You remember Marina,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, she was fun to work with. And then your then boyfriend Andre
Yeah.
as the other half of the same character that Katan
Yeah.
played. And what's funny is I think they sort of feel like the same character because they kind of have that like slightly lower energy, like
Yeah.
personality.
Yeah, I was getting that too.
Yeah, I mean, I know this will mostly be about the fine line, but I also want to highlight your work
Yeah.
on movie.
Yeah, I think my favorite shot that I did on Movie was that single take action sequence when you're rolling down the hill. So
Yes,
you-
that one.
So basically, Philip's character lands into the little creek there. So that one movement of him falling into it and then going over it was all one take, and it's my favorite take that I did.
Yeah, originally I planned to use that same river, or at the bottom of the creek there was like a big pool of water. Originally I was planning to use that for Frankenstein. We were going to adapt Frankenstein, like a new take on it,
Mm-hmm.
and I was going to include the scene where Frankenstein helps a drowning woman, or a drowning girl,
Yeah,
and then he gets shot at by the father.
yeah,
And originally Damaris was going to be that drowning girl actually, so she would have been the one suffering
the cold. Yeah,
actually, come to think of it, I didn't even think if there were going to be like leeches or anything in there, so maybe it's a good thing that film didn't happen.
yeah,
But again, I put my full face in there, so.
yeah. It was really cold.
Uh,
And then after we finished filming that sequence, it started like sprinkling after we finished filming,
Yeah,
and
we
it
had
was
that.
like,
a long track back.
yeah, it was crazy, and it was like super steep on the way back up, and it was like super sketchy on the way down because it had also recently rained, so it was still kind of muddy too.
Yeah. not far from there actually is where the year before I filmed with Anna and Jackie in Katan, and the sequence where Anna is questioning Jackie about an artifact, and then Katan and I show up to, stop Anna. We failed, but
Yeah.
that was fun. Yeah, like I said, originally when I scouted the area, it was for Frankenstein, but I ended up taking those locations and putting them into movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, rolling down the hill into the water, that was fun. I remember on the way down the hill, I was just looking for a bunch of different spots where I could do like different rolls.
Yeah.
And, like, hit my head. And,
Yeah, it was very like on the spot improv spots for rolling.
yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of the shots I did have to speed up a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I was still being careful. If I wasn't and I was going the actual speed you saw in those
Yeah.
shots, I actually would have been falling. But if I was actually falling, I would have told you keep rolling.
Yeah.
Because if I'm gonna suffer falling down the hill, at least get it on camera.
Yeah.
Personally, I think one of my favorite shots that you did is the one where I wake up and my delivery of the line, "Hey you guys."
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. I don't know why, but it's like so nonchalant.
It's so funny to me. Every time I because it's still on my iPad and my hard drive, that a lot of those clips. Every time I watch it, it just makes me crack up.
Yeah, the movie I actually would have posted just a few months later, but at the time I was waiting for a friend of ours to do the special effects. There was only 4 special effects, so I didn't think it would take so long. But then he didn't get back to me, and eventually in late December, which was already like 10 months after we finished filming, I finally reached out to Kevin. Really, I should have reached out to him earlier. He's like,
Yeah.
I could do that. He did them in like a week, and so I released it January 11th.
Yeah.
The same day that Katan released his film, which he filmed entirely in the summer of 2024. Like, in the time I was waiting for the special effects, Katan made his entire other film.
Yeah.
Oh my god, was it called Dream On?
Yeah.
We released them same day, and they're the last 2 films we've made. It's been almost a year and a half. I'm hoping to work on Power and Movie 2.
Yeah.
We shall see. Anyway, were there other projects that you helped out on?
I don't think so.
Mm,
There's a lot of projects that I helped Dylan with, but they're not on the channel yet because Dylan's kind of weird about publishing his work.
oh, we did help Dylan with a few of his things.
Yeah.
I think I've only watched maybe 2.
Yeah, I believe you helped on the, well, it must have been the Real World, I think, the one where, there's this animated character who ends up coming into real time, real life.
Oh,
I think you were helping with some, BTS, part that
Yeah.
you needed help with.
The two that I really remember are the ones where I play a character who, like he wins the lottery.
Yeah.
And he has so much money that he doesn't really need to ever go out and socialize anymore. And that lack of socialization and that lack of touching grass results in his IQ actually going down.
Yeah.
And I was a little fatter in the face at the time, so I was able to do this thing with my neck where I actually looked loaded.
Yeah.
Kind of like Ryan Reynolds at the beginning of Just Friends.
Yeah.
And then the other one was, I don't even remember the plot. I just danced down the street all happy-like, and I make my way to, I think it's 7-Eleven.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So that was for it was for a 20p class. We were filming something for an assignment, and it followed you.
Yeah. My favorite shot, more so because, it should have been cringeworthy in the moment, but it wasn't until after. Anyway, it's the shot where I cross the street. The light is red, so I'm able to cross the street, and I'm just doing this stupid little dance. And Dylan told me afterwards, there were some people in the cars that are looking at you like, what the fuck? And I mean, it feels like secondhand embarrassment, even though it should be firsthand.
Yeah, because, well, you weren't aware of it, and somebody's
Yeah.
being like,
I
oh,
was-
by the way.
I was committed to the bit, you know?
Yeah, well, you did wonderfully.
Oh, thank you. Oh, speaking of classes, how did you meet Katan, Kevin, and I?
So, we had, I think it was a Shelley Stamp class together in Studio C in the communications building, aka the film building. And you guys sat at the very front of the seats on the bottom right hand side. And so as class went on, I just slowly started sitting closer and closer, and then eventually I just introduced myself, and then we've been friends.
What drew you to us? We just look awesome, or what?
Well, I just felt like you were part of the outsider film creator group, because the program was very cliquey. So I felt like if I was going to get in with a group, it would have to be the outsiders, because they're more, more welcoming and inclusive. No idea is a bad idea. You'd help, like you'd adjust your schedule if you were helping on another film. So I just felt that sort of community just from the way you guys interacted with each other. So that's why I felt inclined to creep over into the group.
Funnily enough, you touched on exactly why we made UMF, or you make films. Sorry, my mom keeps saying UMF, sounds like you motherfucker. Yeah, the original reason that, well, Kevin, pitched the idea jokingly, but then I decided to take it seriously. I was actually kicked out of some of the film groups in Santa Cruz, and very much, I think, because it was very cliquey,
Yeah.
and they were just looking for, again, this is just me theorizing, they were just looking for the smallest reason to kick me out.
Yeah.
And, I mean, that sucks, because at the time, I did actually enjoy being there. I mean, yes, I did get the sense that maybe I was a little too much for them to handle, and maybe they didn't like me challenging them, even though I would argue when it comes to creative projects, you should have people that challenge you.
Yeah.
But anyway, there were also rules that weren't up to them that I disagree with. One of the biggest ones being you can't film off campus, which I always thought was very unfair, but
It's very limiting to the creative mind, because no shade to our campus, but some of it is just so boring and terrible for filming certain things that you're trying to film, because it's just bland. Yeah, there's a lot of trees and a lot of cool forest spots, but not everything you're gonna create is just taking place in a forest. You know what I mean? Some of the stuff you are gonna be filming is gonna take place on a busy street downtown, or take place near a convenience store where, there's...
almost getting robbed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So anyway, Kevin jokingly said to me, "Well, if you can't be part of those film groups, why not make your own?" And I know he was joking, and I do credit him with giving me the original idea, but I decided to kind of run with that. So I did make films like, "Hey, Kevin, you have a camera, right? I mean, they keep calling you to use your camera. Fine, you and I, we're writers. We can make our own stuff." And then, I kind of talked myself into, you know what? This is actually better than doing it with them, because I get to shoot off campus. We get to portray weapons, even if we're not going to use them.
Yeah.
Or the other thing was we will own these films,
Yeah.
because the ones that I did do with the Santa Cruz film clubs, that's on their channels.
Yeah.
I can provide links to them, but I don't own those.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, we were basically just a group of outsiders, and in my wildest dreams, the fantasy, if you will, in my head was we will become a semi-relatively known film group that if an up and coming filmmaker with ambition wants to use our name recognition, then we can make a film with them. They get their name out there. They use our like club's name recognition
Yeah.
to then launch their career. Like I always thought of UMF as potentially being like a stepping stone into a bigger career. Like I was under no illusion that we were going to be like the next Warner Brothers or the
Yeah.
next Netflix or anything. I really just thought we would be a launching pad. And a lot of people started just thinking it's my club, which alright, fine.
I mean, you are like the founding father
Well,
of it, but
I also credit Kevin Katan.
but I do believe that you guys have a really good foundation from the club. Like you can make it like your own little indie films studio where film gets like turned down in a way, because I mean in the Discord server, everybody like that has a film idea and they have like a script, they can post it and be like, hey, can I get feedback? And so like everybody's helping each other out, and I feel like that's like a really good aspect of teamwork and communication. And you're pretty much a production studio. You're just without the studio, because the world's the studio,
and the resources and the money
the resources and the money
and the reputation and celebrity.
Well, you have a pretty decent reputation within like the Santa Cruz area, because I actually did mention UMF when I went to go do I went and spoke to a class at UCSC for Quentin,
Oh, I love
for Quentin LaRoe, for his
I love
documentary class, for the senior documentary class. I went and talked about the documentary that I made with UMF. So I was like, yeah, we are always looking for people. If you want to join it, let me know and I can like direct you into that. So far, nobody's asked me yet. But if I keep talking about it and then they're like, oh, what was that girl saying that did that documentary, who came to talk to their class? She said this. Let's go explore this area. Because a lot of them are always looking for like stuff to help out with like films and stuff. So like
get some experience and whatnot.
exactly.
Out of curiosity, more so for myself. I mean, I'll record this for the podcast, but this is more so for me. Does Quentin remember me actually?
Yeah.
Uh,
We filmed the documentary together, and I was like, yeah, this is Philip and I's baby. Like, it is our 76-minute long child.
he was actually one of the first people to see Modify.
Yeah?
Yeah, okay, so I was already filming that one, right? And then I kind of was able to make it so that would be the film that we make officially for the class.
Yeah.
What happened is, in his class, it wasn't a documentary one, but in a class I took with him, he had us do short audio stories.
Mhm.
And so I adapted what would eventually become Modified. Like I had the script, but I changed it to be audio only.
Mhm.
And so I posted that one. Later on in the same quarter, he said, okay, take someone else's audio story and you guys are going to film it and make it an actual film.
Yeah.
So Kevin chose my audio for Modify, since we were already making the like live action film version of it.
Mhm.
And I asked Quentin, like, could I join him? Because it's like a big project. It's ambitious. Like, no offense to anyone else in the class, but it was one of the more ambitious ones.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah. I'm like you're sure? Even though I did the audio one, it's not a conflict of interest if I look on it. He's like, no, like it's your script, so if you really want to do it, go ahead. Anyway, so Quentin and everyone that was in that class did see it, and not to inflate my own ego, I think it was one of the top 2 in the class.
Yeah.
There was one other one, I have since forgotten the name, but there was one that was like shot very creatively.
Yeah.
And that's the only one I think might have been better than Modify. But anyway, yeah, I love Quentin.
Yeah, Quentin's great.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite classes while I was up there. Anyway, you talked about he has a documentary class, and while it wasn't his class, you and I were in a documentary class together, which is what led to us doing The Fine Line.
Yeah, it was our senior seminar
Yeah.
documentary class. It was the ethics of documentary filmmaking.
Right. He wanted us to write essays.
Yeah,
And
a 20-page research paper.
looking back at it, I think I actually would have done the 20-page essay, but at the time, like, so many people that had previously been in UMF had left, but I wanted to keep the momentum going, so I
Yeah.
wanted to keep making films. And you were still there. You at that point were.
I'm the one who was like, can we just make something
Yeah. Like,
showing we understand the concept? Because I am not the best writer. Essays are not my strong suit. However, I know how to get my point across, like with film and with media. And I also don't think spending the whole class writing a 20-page paper is the best use of my time if I'm in a creative major.
Right. So Kendra did approach me. Yeah, you did approach me. And you're
Yeah.
like, let's make a video about it, and I was all on board for that because, like I said, I wanted to keep the UMF
Yeah.
momentum going. And of all the films that I think that I somewhat drew inspiration from, because he showed us many good ones.
Yeah.
Like Murder Ball was. a
That
really
was one of
good
my favorites, yeah.
The one that specifically stuck with me around that time was Grizzly Man.
Yeah.
Because Werner Herzog, I mean, usually when they do documentaries, the person filming it doesn't usually get involved with everything, but Warner does. Like, he appears on camera,
Yeah.
despite being the guy. Anyway, so we decided to make the documentary about, like she said, like the ethics. Like, can people make an unbiased documentary? Is it possible to film something naturally?
Yeah.
Because if you're filming a deer, for example, but the deer sees you, is it really going to act natural? Like, it knows you're there. So are you actually capturing it naturally? Or are you catching it? Anyway. Or, like, if you interview someone, such as, like, right now, like, how do I know you're really being you? How do I know you're not just being cheerful for the camera? No, I'm just kidding. She
What
is.
is my glasses making you feel like I'm putting on a disguise?
You look like you're gonna start singing Rocket Man. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Anyway, so that's what the documentary ended up being about, and we interviewed a number of people.
Yeah, it was like a majority of them were all students.
Yeah. Oh, actually, this would be a good time for me to start asking the questions Katan had me write down. To all our listeners, you heard the questions earlier, so you can skip ahead 5-10 seconds when I ask them. Anyway, the first question Katan asked is, how do we pick the interviewees? Like, how did we pick who was going to be featured, who was going to be included? How many did we have? It was like 8 or so people, right?
Yeah, it was 8 or so people, but I know we asked more than that. So it really depended on who was available
And who wanted to.
and who wanted to be in it. So like consent is a really big thing. So, we were Dylan's interview was actually just an audio interview because he didn't want his face on video.
Yeah, I
So-
called him anonymous on something.
Yeah, so spoiler alert, It, Dylan.
Fun fact, if you actually zoom in on my sunglasses, there are some frames where you can see his face.
Yeah, so Dylan, he's a really wonderful filmmaker, film writer, director. But yeah, he was like, I'm not comfortable with my face being on here, so we did it. We interviewed him in a way where he wasn't shown that much. Like it was, I think the frames were just mostly on Philip. And yeah, so like I had to do with like who was available, who wanted to be in it, who was comfortable being filmed, or if somebody wanted to do it, could we accommodate them in a way so they could still speak their truth, you know?
We interviewed let's see, Makoa, Kevin, Katan, Damaris. I think we also interviewed Kirio. I think we also interviewed me, didn't we?
Yeah, we did our things at the beginning and then also at the end. Like we had a before and after.
Oh, right. To see if our opinions changed.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I haven't seen the film in 2 years.
And then also we interviewed a non-student, Todd Bruce.
Oh, he was fun.
He's a film producer for a documentary called
Do you want me to look it up?
it's I don't want to butcher it, but it took place in Baja, California, and him and his son are like on motorcycles going through there. It's really cool.
The Devil's Road, a Baja Adventure.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah. So it's really cool. Todd's a really cool guy. I met him like it was 2 years before we made the documentary on Halloween, because I like to dress up for Halloween and go trick-or-treating.
Same here.
And I stumbled upon this house with a fire pit and s'mores and hot dogs and obviously candy. But yeah, I was like, yeah, I go to UCSC. I'm on track to get a film degree. And he said, let me give you this. It's his business card. The business card promoting the documentary. He said, I'm a producer. And so we exchanged phone numbers. And then when we were making, like when we were in the process of writing for the film, because we had like 20 questions. 20 questions.
We were crazy. You know, earlier I was hating on Katan, or maybe it's in the outro actually. I was hating on Katan for giving me a 45-minute long interview because I had to edit so much of his stuff. But you know what? It's also on us for writing so many questions.
Yeah. Well, we wrote 20 questions to ask each of the people we interviewed because we wanted to make sure we had enough things to work with for this documentary. And, you know, the main goal at the very beginning of this was 5 minutes, like 10 minutes or less for this documentary. But we had inquired so much with all of these people. We had so much footage to look through.
The director's cut would have been 4.5 hours.
Yeah. So we whittled it down to the final runtime that it is.
Less than a third of it.
Yeah, less than a third of it. And our teacher was still like, this is too long. And I was like, it's only too long because a bunch of people in the class also made documentaries instead of a paper because nobody likes writing. But I think
We started that.
I think it was a really good like use of our time, and it really does convey like what we were trying to get across anyway.
At this time, it is also the only documentary on the UMF Films YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I should make more. Like, I don't want to say it's easier than making films. It, I don't know. There's like a weird trade-off. Like, there isn't as much effort put into the production of it, but overall, somehow, it still takes the same amount of effort.
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, going through and editing, because we had 20 questions per interview. So we had to go through and be in, like, somehow, like, with the least amount of bias as possible, like, put together, like, the different people's perspectives for each questions that were sort of saying the same thing. And, like, also we had to take out a couple of the questions anyway, just because, like, there's just so much. Like,
I tried to edit it to keep all the questions, but just not have everyone
yeah.
answer it, and at the same time make it so not one or another person is featured more than another. But
Yeah.
then you also have interviewees like Damaris, who gave such short answers.
Yeah, and she talked super fast too, because she knows exactly, like, what she wants to say, even if. So another thing we did is we didn't tell anybody the questions beforehand, so they
Yeah.
couldn't prepare anything. But I think Damaris is special because she's
Immediately knows her
she
thing.
immediately knows what she wants to say, and she's very opinionated, and she's to the point. Like, she doesn't dilly-dally to get to the answer, and I really respect that about her.
Yeah.
And there's this guy walking
Oh
outside.
yeah, you guys can probably see on the shadows. There's
There's this
somebody-
guy. He's walked back and forth like
This is
a
the
bajillion times.
This is the only interview or only podcast episode I've done not in my own house. Like, I'm in Santa Cruz right now, so I'm actually interviewing Kendra right now in a hotel room. In case you guys are wondering why I'm on a bed and she's at a table.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's this one guy walking outside.
Yeah. It's
I
really
keep-
funny.
I keep expecting him to just peer in, like, what are you guys doing? You look like you're talking to your informant. Anyway, so the second question, Katan has 6 questions. The second question we had is, what camera did we use? Then he emphasizes, you can scratch that, this one's for fun.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
We answered that one.
yeah, it's the iPad 11-inch Pro.
I think the only times we didn't use the iPad for the fine line, I think, were the interviews I did with Kevin and Katan. I screen recorded
Yeah.
on Discord calls.
Yeah, those were recorded off of the computer.
My favorite shot of the whole thing actually was the one I included in the credits, where we talk about the dog park.
Oh yeah, because that happened in real time when we were.
I kind of regret that I said cut it. Like, we should have just kept recording the whole thing. We could have gotten a real moment. We could have been a legitimate documentary.
I know
Anyway.
it was crazy. That whole dog park fiasco. Like, I still think about it sometimes because on the side I do the dog walking and pet sitting. And I could not, like, I couldn't believe it. Like, that was going on in real time.
Yeah. Sorry, are you getting Discord messages? Is that what's happening?
Be on the lookout.
Yeah, it's my friend Josh. He's telling me that the brand new day trailer is coming out tomorrow. Like, of course, when I'm going to be stuck in a car for 6 hours, that's when the trailer drops. All right, third question. Looking back to the fine line in retrospect, have your opinions changed about what it means to make a documentary? Like, the point that we were making about, can we make a legitimate documentary without actually affecting what we're filming? Like, have our opinions on that changed, or is it inherently biased? I don't remember my original opinion, so all I can really do is give my opinion now, I guess.
Yeah, well, I think in order to answer that, we are getting older, our frontal lobes, our prefrontal lobe is starting to develop more. So I feel like even if we have the same answers back then, they're probably more refined and more mature type answers. So like I don't know, I feel like looking back at when we were filming, I feel like we were able to film in a way that wasn't like affecting anybody like in any way. I mean, had we have kept filming at the dog park, that part that maybe
That would have been the closest thing to natural that we would have filmed, I think.
you know, and maybe if maybe if that person ended up stumbling upon the documentary on YouTube after it was posted and he saw that, you know, maybe he would be reaching out and being like, take that, edit that out, like that's, you're defaming me. Maybe that would have been, but I feel
That's
like
possible. He still could come across a documentary, just he would have no proof that we're talking about him since we didn't record his face.
yeah, because we didn't film him.
We just climbed on him.
Yeah, like how are you gonna be mean to children?
My opinion, as it stands right now, is I think if you're getting close enough to something or someone, you are affecting it. And I think to make something, like to capture something natural, I think you would have to be much further away. People can't know that you're filming. So
See, but then I feel like if you're filming in a way where people don't know that they're actively being filmed, that's
yeah,
like
then it's a bit creepy.
it's giving creepy vibes, but like
But it is arguably natural.
yeah, because it's, you know, candid footage, but like I don't know.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't remember what my original opinion is, so if any of you want to know if my opinion has changed, go watch the documentary.
Yeah,
Comment below.
comment below.
If it's changed. I think that was 3 questions, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 4th question. Who was the main director and whatnot? Like, who was the main director? Who was the main editor? Who was the main writer? How did we split the tasks? When it came to the questions and the directing, I think we split those a little bit, but I think you were mainly directing. The only things I think you didn't film were the things I screen recorded on Discord.
Yeah.
But I would argue you're the main director of that one.
Yeah, so I definitely feel like I had more of a lead in terms of being the main filmer and the main director. I also felt like I handled most of the communications between us and the interviewees, just because I think I had more of the phone numbers and contact information for other people.
Oh, Austin. We also interviewed Austin.
Yeah, Austin. I love Austin.
I knew we were forgetting someone. I'm
Yeah.
probably still forgetting somebody.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, when we came to writing the questions, we both just, originally we had more than 20 questions. And
wasn't the number like 39 or something?
Yeah, we had 39 original questions. And so we both wrote a bunch of questions, and then we both were like, okay,
Take the best one.
let's look at it together. So we went through all of the questions, and some of them ended up being literally the exact same thing, just worded differently. So we would pick the one that was worded slightly better, and then
We whittled it down to, I think, 27-ish, I want to say, and then we just cut the extra 7.
yeah. So we had a lot of questions. So with the writing the questions, I was very equal between both Philip and I.
Between producing and writing, I think it was equal. When it came to directing, that was mainly you.
Yeah.
Editing was all me.
Editing was all Philip.
That
Filming was majority me, and editing was all Philip because his computer could handle the amount of footage we had.
Oh my god, I hate it. I think I edited it for like a full week.
Yeah.
I thought it would be easy, but actually the hardest part was not necessarily the cutting and rearranging. It was writing down how everybody answered their questions and then figuring out how to sort of give everybody like the same amount of time or like the same number of times in the video.
Yeah.
Who said the same things, but who said it better, how to arrange them. That was actually the hardest bit. And then finding those clips.
Yeah, because also in between, like, the main chunks of the interviews we put in, we inserted footage from docs that we watched.
Yeah. Oh, also, we also gave opinions, like ourselves.
Yeah.
So I intercut some of those. A lot of them we filmed at the park, actually.
Yeah, so the before we asked anybody any questions, we filmed our before opinions at...
I forget the name of the park, but... Yeah, you live here.
I live here. I should know this.
Yeah,
It was... No, I know what it is. It's,
Alright, while you're thinking, another shot...
Meter Street Park.
There we go.
Yeah.
Well, another shot I really wanted to get was, I think I shot video on my phone. This is the only other thing that I recorded, video on my phone of you setting up. Because I always like when documentaries started like that. Like it starts with footage of the crew like setting up.
Yeah, the BTS moment. I remember that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like me putting the iPad in focus and stuff like that.
So we tried to split the work evenly.
Yeah.
Also based on who could do what.
Yeah, also, I can't edit to save my life. So.
I hated post-production so much.
Yeah.
You know, something I actually do like about these podcast episodes is I barely have to edit them. I just have to cut a little bit on the... a little bit at the beginning and a little bit at the end.
Yeah.
Alright. The penultimate question. Katan asked, who is our favorite interviewee and why is it him? I'm just kidding. But he did ask, who was our favorite interviewee?
Well, I feel like that's a trick question. Because it's supposed to be an unbiased. Like, we're supposed to be unbiased.
Yeah, I do have two different answers, though. For two different reasons.
Okay.
Not,
Well,
but I'm going to let you go first.
yeah, so I personally don't have a favorite. Because I thought everybody equally was very insightful answering all of these questions. Like, everybody has their own level, like, everybody has their own way of thinking. Like, everybody's so unique in their opinions, and I think that is really cool to hear everybody's different opinion. So I don't have a favorite per se. I do think that as a collective, they're all my favorite because they're all so different. You know what I mean? Because, like, again, unintentionally, we ended up interviewing a lot of the outsiders in, like, our little film bubble at the time. Like, we unintentionally mostly interviewed people that are not in, like, the main film groups. You know
what she's trying to say is McCullough was her favorite.
What? No.
You hear that, McCullough? You're not the favorite. No. Okay, I do have two favorites, but I also hate them for the opposite reasons. Okay.
Okay.
On one end, I loved Katan's answers especially. He went really in depth with his answers. And for that same reason, I hated Damarices because she would just say yes or no or just give like very like quick blurb.
Yeah.
Okay. But on the opposite ends of things, the editing side, I loved Damarices' interview because it was so easy to cut down and then find your answers. And then consequently, Katan's, I hated his editing it because I had to find where he started answering one question or another, so I couldn't just like skip ahead like 20 minutes and then be like, oh, this is probably like 2 questions down the line. Now I have to, you know. So I love and hate both their interviews for different reasons, and then vice versa for the same reasons.
Yeah.
Okay, final question. Unless you had anything to add.
I don't. I like Todd's answers. I really like Todd's voice.
His was probably the most professional because he was the only person we interviewed that wasn't in his 20s.
Yeah, so Todd is an older gentleman. And I don't know, I really liked listening to him talk.
I think his stands out specifically because of his age and experience. Because
Yeah.
everyone we interviewed was in college or was like fresh out of college.
Yeah.
Todd's been around the block a little bit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if we could have managed to find more people his age with.
Oh,
experience,
yeah. The documentary would, 1, be longer, and 2, we'd have more. We wouldn't.
credibility.
We'd have like a more better sampling pool size, like in terms of probability and all that stuff. Like there wouldn't be like all of our dots are on this side and then here's Todd. Like it would be like an equal amount of dots on each side of the age and experience range.
Alright. Finally, Katan's final answer, and I swear he actually asked us, who is your favorite superhero?
Oh, my favorite superhero? I think right now, my favorite superhero, Phillips is obviously Superman, but
That's one of them.
but mine, I don't know. Do the characters in Lego Ninjago count as superheroes?
Oh, you mean the ninjas?
Yeah, the ninjas, like the Green Ninja.
The Green Ninja specifically.
Yeah, because I just want Lloyd.
Lloyd.
My name's Lloyd, Dad.
The Ninjago movie or the Ninjago series?
So I've watched the Lego Ninjago movie, and I originally started watching the series. So when the movie came out, it's like one of the newer ones, and there was like 3 other characters that I have never heard of before. I was like, okay, hold on. I think I've missed a couple seasons of the series because I don't know where these people are. But I really like Lloyd.
Lloyd.
That's not my name. It's Lloyd, Dad. No, it's Lloyd. I named you. Yeah. That's like my favorite. I really like the Green Ninja. But
I like Kai.
if you asked high school Kendra what her favorite superhero was, it would be Supergirl from the CW show.
Oh, Melissa Benoist?
Yes. I really like that. I was very into that.
In 10 days, Supergirl's gonna get her first film since 1984.
I'm very excited. I'm really excited to see it.
Now everyone's jumping on the Millie Alcock train. I have loved her ever since House of the Dragon, you guys.
Yeah.
I also really like Sasha Calle as Supergirl. Actually, no, we haven't had a bad Supergirl casting.
Like ever.
Yeah, like Helen Slater, Lauren Vandervoort, I like them too.
Yeah. But yeah, I really liked Melissa's Supergirl.
Well, she has the most screen time as the character as well.
Yeah, I mean, also like her costume is just so sleek, and I liked it, and I wanted to be her for Halloween, but I could never find a costume that looked good enough that didn't look like it was from Tibu.
Anyway, so that's the interview. I guess.
Woohoo!
Yes.
can't believe that I've been on my first ever podcast.
Yeah. How'd you like it?
And I thought it was fun. I thought it was really fun.
Yeah. Oh, and I didn't tell you this ahead of time, but this is also our 10th episode.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so we got a birthday girl for episode 10. The only reason Kendra's here. No, I'm just kidding. She is our friend.
One of the reasons.
One of the reasons.
It's like my birthday present.
Yeah, I'll actually try to upload this same day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Alright, well.
Oh,
guys,
yeah. Also, moment of appreciation for my sleeves. They're so flowy.
Alright. So, bye.
Bye.
Well, there you have it, folks. There was my interview with Kendra.
Yeah, hey, how did it go? Do you know it yet? Do you know what happened? I'm kidding.
No, because if I'm being completely honest, we're recording this outro like 2 minutes after we recorded the intro.
Yeah. So we're the
I
past.
changed my shirt
Katan
and
Phillip.
everything. I'm probably gonna be clean
No, let's
shaven.
pretend. Let's pretend that we did it. You know, let's
All right,
pretend.
all right.
So, future.
All right.
Wow, I can't believe
Future Katan.
Kendra said that.
I know, right?
No.
Like,
Oh my God, that's.
I don't know. Like, honestly, I have heard some shocking things in my life, but I was not prepared for that.
Whoa.
My tiny feeble brain was not prepared for
Oh
that.
my God, like just, like so many things had to be censored, bro. Like in that one breath,
Yeah,
like one
like,
sentence.
You
oh,
guys don't
she said
understand.
so much.
The actual interview is like, it was like 5 times longer than what you saw. It
Yeah.
seemed like one continuous.
Cut it down.
Yeah, like I don't know how I'm going to edit it in just yet. If it seems like it's one long, unending cut, it's because my editing skills are unmatched and you cannot tell where those cuts were. I don't know why, but I randomly started talking like Charlie.
Charlie. Wait,
Yeah.
which Charlie?
I think his name is White. That's right.
Wait, who's Which Charlie
You do
is
not
that?
know
What
the
show is
power
it?
of my editing skills. Your feeble brains were not prepared for this level of epicness. I don't know. Anyway,
Well-
so that was actually episode 10, guys. This is now the 10th podcast
Yeah.
episode we've done.
Dude, we have done so many. I can't really remember half of them. What did we do in the last one? I forgot.
Honestly, I cannot believe we made it to like 3 episodes, let alone 10.
Yeah, bro.
Anyway,
Like seriously, I thought we
I-
were gonna cancel after 5.
I hate this dude so much. He still has me contracted for 100 episodes, but I'm getting there, guys.
Actually, it's 1,000, but.
God damn it. I'm never gonna
I like
be
how,
free,
in my
guys.
perspective, like on my perspective, you're pointing in the opposite direction.
All right, this
It's
dude,
so funny,
this dude right here.
but
He
but on your
sucks.
screen, yeah, you're pointing at me.
Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can move my screen. Oh no, I can't. That sucks.
No,
Anyway,
it's fine. It's fine.
so guys, I hope you enjoyed, and please join us for
I
our.
hope you enjoy too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say like join us for our 11th one. We never plan a next one. Like it just happens, you know.
Yeah, it just happens whenever we feel like it. I think the next one's gonna be special because we have a renowned YouTuber joining us. Joining us for the next episode. He's our friend, fellow filmmaker, film student from UMF. No, from Santa Cruz, and he's a renowned YouTuber now. Like breakout all brawl like
Oh,
Austin Chang, guys.
I saw on your Instagram that you did not like Backrooms. I didn't watch the full thing because I haven't seen the movie yet, so I'm gonna go see the movie.
No, that's
for
a
you.
joke.
That way.
Bro, you got
Wait.
baited.
Wait, I didn't watch.
No,
the full
I
thing.
said the joke is that I hate it. I hate how much I love it.
See, I didn't.
I was
I didn't.
bait. I
Want,
got you baited.
I didn't. See, I. Didn't,
I had you the first half.
No, what do you mean first half? Well, I mean, yes, technically the first 2 seconds are the first half, but I didn't watch any of it because I didn't want it to be spoiled. Whatever your review, I didn't want
Oh,
it to be spoiled. But okay, damn, all right.
that's so funny.
I was gonna say we could debate whether we like it or hate it. Except now I gotta go in there and hate it, so there's some form of debate. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Wow.
Anyway, yeah. Next time,
It's
guys.
okay. We can
Austin.
wait for Austin for his take because
Yeah.
he said he has an interesting take.
While I'm up here,
Um,
maybe I'll also watch Obsession if I got the time for that.
Lucky Obsession is not out yet here.
Uh, Actually,
Well, gotta
I've only
wait.
after tonight I've only got one more night, and since it's Kendra's birthday, I do not know if we're like celebrating it like into the night. Maybe we are. This I'm gonna try to upload this on her birthday.
Yeah, bro, go for it.
Yeah, I'm probably
Go for
yeah, I'm
it.
probably not gonna make it to the cinemas while I'm up here. I've wasted 2 nights. Anyway, that was episode 10, guys. Check in next time. We're gonna try to get Austin for episode 11.
Yeah.
All
See
right.
you guys.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. The Last Jedi is still a masterpiece.
Dude, we've already discussed this. You somehow convinced. Oh, that's the other thing. Katan convinced me of that in another podcast. Katan was a special guest. The podcast is called Legends and Lorecast. Go check it out, especially the episode with Katan. Somehow, like I've got to rewatch it. I don't know how, but he somehow convinced me that The Last Jedi is not actually that bad. Somehow, I don't even remember what the reasoning was. I just remember thinking, "Damn, he got me." Anyway, bye
The
guys.
best.
Oh. All right, bye.
Cut.